everybody, and welcome to BB Recaps. Like I've said before, this is going to be my English language channel. Today, like every single Wednesday for the rest of the summer, we're going to be talking about Big Brother 23. Oh my God, I see my homeboy. Sup, Alex? How are you? I'm so happy to see you here. So happy. So let's jump right into it. Let's talk about this night. Yo, apparently, from what I gathered, the live feeds were even more crazier than the show. So apparently we're not seeing everything. So tonight I'm going to start binging the live feeds. I kind of feel like I don't want to watch the live feeds because I want to be surprised during the show. But before the live eviction, I'm going to watch the live feeds. That way I know what went on. And by the way, I'm a small channel, so no one's going to know that, okay, if I give y'all the tea. But if you go on YouTube and you put in the right keywords, there's a good channel that has all of the live feeds very well organized, very well titled. So yeah, so that's that. So the name of the channel is Scenarios. Oh my God, David, I'm so happy to see you. Thanks for being here. So happy. And we thought, Alec, you said, and we thought BB9 was a mess. Did you watch the live feeds? Did you keep up with the live feeds, or are you just talking based on the live show? Because Frenchie is and bro, I can't even talk. You know what the worst thing is? Frenchie thinks he did a good job. I don't know if it's the edit that's doing that, but the fact that in the end he's like, yeah, that was a great HOH week. Are we seeing the same thing? Are we seeing the same things, you know? David says, yeah, I stopped watching the live feeds because it's kind of spoiled me. Exactly. And it's like, you know, I don't know if the live feeds in the United States are the same as the live feeds in Canada. And in Canada, it was hard to keep up with the live feeds because you can't go back. It's only if you go on YouTube and search for clips that you could get up to date. So that's the thing though. But yeah, so I feel like it's best of both worlds if you watch the live feeds on Wednesday just to get caught up with everything that happens for the live eviction show tomorrow, but you're still surprised during the show. So let me go through the comments quickly. So happy Travis is on block. Me too. Yo, it's so weird because I'm not rooting for Frenchie, but I'm kind of happy Travis is on the block. I'm kind of happy that in the end he still kept his promise. Travis is a no for me. Sorry, I'm not excited about Travis. Alex says BB Canton auditions are starting now. Are you gonna do it? 1000% gonna do it. Like I have to, you know, like I have no choice. But are they gonna pick me? You know, that's the question. I really want them to pick me. You know, I would love it. Alex says hi to David. We're all saying hi to each other. The feeds make me hate Frenchie too. Yeah, apparently. Okay, so this is like, let's try to make this a spoiler-free zone for now, and then in the end maybe we can get to live feeds. I haven't watched the live feed, so everything I'm learning is like through the grapevine. But apparently Frenchie had said that he would keep minorities safe, women safe, and what else? Oh yeah, so those were his main goals, right? To keep minorities and women safe. And look at him, nominated a woman, nominated POC, targeted Derek out of nowhere, which was very sketchy to me. I think so. It was very sketchy. And he broke all the promises he made when he first got into the house. So this guy was a mess. But I need to see more of him. That's why I'm going to watch all the live feeds tonight to make sure I'm up to date, to make sure I can assess his personality, not based on the show edit, but really based on what I'm seeing. So David says Frenchie did horrible. It was horrible. Literally a bloodbath. A bloodbath. I don't know. I don't understand. David says, hey, Alec, back. Oh, hey, Josh. Happy to see you again. Happy to see you back. I don't know how I feel about that alliance. Which one? Which alliance? Are you talking about the cookout? Are you talking about Frenchie and Brent? Which alliance are you talking about? Hey, Cedric. So happy to see you. Hi, baby. I'm so happy. Like I said, this is going to be BB Recaps is going to be my English language channel, and BBQC Recaps, where I used to recap Big Brother in Quebec and do my live streams in French, is going to be my French channel. Right now, just to get people used to the two channels, I'm streaming on both at the same time. But I feel like eventually I might just stream my English content on this page. David says, yeah, we can go back on the feeds in the States. Oh, so you can go back. I'm almost tempted to purchase the feeds, but I'm not going to do it. Cedric says, how are you today? I am lovely. Had a day at work. Had time to watch BB. Seems like it's starting to be a good season. I'm not disappointed so far, but we'll see. How are you? How are you back? Thanks for asking. Alex says, nope, because you need to play to watch American. You need to pay. Oh, you said no to paying. And you know what? I think I tried to pay, quote unquote, but I feel like it wasn't available even when I tried to pay. I think I tried and it didn't work. So just go on YouTube, guys. Small channel, no one's gonna know, but it starts with an S, it ends in O's, the name of the channel that posts these videos. David says, I love the cookout. We love to see an all-black alliance. I love it too. I love that they have each other's backs. And to those who are going to say, oh, isn't it raceless if all the black people band together? Usually that's what happens in every season. It's just that it's not, explicitly said, right? So there's nothing different with the cookout. Personally, the cookout, I'm just going to call them the Black Brigade because literally their blueprint is to be like the Brigade, not to hang out too much together because they know that if they hang out too much together, people are going to, group them. And also remember what happened to Bailey and Davon last season. Both of them were saying, oh, let's not be with each other too much because people are going to think we're in a lot. People are going to think that we're in an alliance. And that's what ended up happening. So I really hope that they're slick. I feel like they're more slick because the difference between them and Bailey and Davon is that Bailey and Davon looked kind of similar, tall, black women, close in age, about a 5-year gap between the two. So it makes sense that they're friends. But when I look at what's his name, Xavier and a Tiffany, or an Aza and I guess Xavier maybe, I don't see them being friends. So it's the perfect shield for an alliance. Also, the thing they're doing is what is kind of like the Brigade, is the fact that they want to be friends with different people in the house. For instance, from what I'm seeing from the show, Derek says that he has a final 2 with Frenchie. We can see that Xavier is very close to Alyssa, always touching her. We know he has a crush on her and everything based on what we saw in the show. Who's friends with Derek? So they all have their little branches. So they're essentially emulating the strategy of the Brigade, Josh Cohen says, LOL, I remember that video about Travis I told you about Barstool. You know what? I literally clicked on it and I was like doing something else and I completely forgot to watch all of it. But is it a good video? Was it funny? Did you find it funny? Because I feel like Barstool humor could be kind of, not that funny. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I have to give them a chance. Can't judge by a book by its cover. David says, did you see Alyssa's face when Christian said that they look good together? Yo, I feel like she was like, yo, what the heck? And he was trying to hint at the fact that they could be good together. Like, I think from what I saw, that Christian was into her, but it wasn't reciprocated. Is Alyssa into anyone in the house? Does anyone know? I know Sasu's not here today, but I wish someone could confirm, like, who's Alyssa liking? And she's a bit more shy than I thought, because she said that she's not really, in real life, she doesn't flirt with people, but I think she's so pretty that, like, people just flock to her. That's why she doesn't need to flirt with people. People just flock to her. By the way, I'm so sorry. It's so hot. Like, I try to put a lamp in front of me to be able to, to light my face up. And I tried not to put the fan because it makes a lot of noise. So I'm sweating bullets right now. So yeah, so Josh says, the only reason I don't like the alliance is because I just wish BB could move on from the single race alliance. It's a diverse game now. I feel like it's too simplistic of a way of seeing it. We haven't yet seen a successful Black alliance. And the thing is, you see it as a race alliance, but I really see it more as a safety net because we see that in past seasons, when you're Black or when you're a minority, people tend to get evicted very quickly. And it may not seem like it's because it's a race thing, but it's definitely implicit biases. The fact that, let's say if I were to be a blonde girl and I see another blonde guy, will tend to flock together. And the fact that there are more blonde people and Caucasian people in the house makes it such that the Caucasians still stick together usually, and the people who are minorities are ostracized. And that's why it's not enough to have like a black cast. We want to see that black cast doing well. Once we'll see that someone is not ostracized because of their race, then we'll be able to say we're moving past that. But right now, the reason why we have it is because we haven't, gone above that step. Last season, who won? Like in regular Big Brother, a black person has never won or been like close to like in final 2 actually. I think Danielle Reyes was like final 3 in her season, and June Sun is the only was an Asian woman who, Casey, I guess to a certain extent she's half, but we don't see yet a lot of people of color in Big Brother's succeeding, right? It's something very, 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 I can't even speak. My mouth is, it's not something we're seeing yet. We have the cast, but we need to see it succeed. And to tell you that this season in 20 years has been the first season with such a diverse cast means that we still have a lot of progress to do, because after 20 years, that's not normal. That is the first time we have that much diversity. And it's I find it funny that it's because of Big Brother Canada that they decided that, okay, yeah, we have to be diverse this year. Big Brother Canada 9 gave us an amazing season. And I'm pretty sure it happened because of the diversity of the cast, because we had different people and the bonds were kind of unexpected, who aligned with who, The dynamics were so crazy in that house. So yeah, so I don't think we're there yet, Josh. Which channel is BBUS? Which channel is BBUS? In Canada, we have BBUS on Global TV. For me, it would be on channel 8. I don't know which cable provider. And for the US, it's on CBS. I don't know if that answers your question. In Canada, it's on Global TV. And it says, why do you have a British accent? I don't know. I'm just stupid like that. I just like to do that sometimes. Maybe I watch too much Love Island. Maybe that's that. And I feel like sometimes, I feel like when you speak multiple languages, your tongue gets, je sais pas comment expliquer, your tongue gets twisted. Like even after, let's say I speak English for a while and then I switch back to French, I feel like my mouth cannot speak anymore and I have to get used to it. And sometimes I feel like when I have my British accent, the words just come out easily. I don't know. It's just me being stupid. So let's see. David says, but we live in a country that targets POC 1000%, just responding to Josh, right? And they're trying to prove our country wrong, especially after the BLM movement. They want to make a mark. Yes, I'm not sure if it's because of the BLM movement, because last year we had BB23 and we saw how messy that season was, right? Every single POC got evicted in the first few weeks, and that was like sketchy. And the fact that the major alliance, like the dominant alliance, wasn't aligning with POCs, that too shows implicit biases. It doesn't feel like it, but yeah, anyways, let me read the rest of your statement. And they're trying to prove our country wrong. Yeah, I think they had a lot of pressure from Big Brother Canada, because this season, Big Brother Canada 9 was so good and so diverse in terms of sexual orientation, in terms of color, everything. So they had the pressure. BBUS had the pressure this year to do better, because they don't want Big Brother Canada to be the dominant North American franchise, which I think it is, especially after the BLM movement. They wanted to make a mark. Yes, which I love. 1000% agree with you. David says, at Anis, I think her accent is French Canadian. It's not French. It's just me. Trying to talk the way I want to. I look. If you want me to have the American accent, I can switch it up for you. So yeah, guys, today we're going to talk about Big Brother. And yeah, it was so cool. I can turn it up for you. I can do anything. I can do any accent for you, No, it's not me speaking French Canadian. I actually, I could talk like a I don't even know I don't even know. I don't even know what my regular I don't even know what my regular voice is now because I keep switching accents. Anyways, let me read Josh's comment. Yeah, I mean, I do remember, I do agree. Yeah, I mean, I do agree. I wish life wasn't like that. Would love to see a Black person to win, of course. And that's why I see Derek F or Xavier winning. I could see who do I see winning amongst them? Yeah, Derek could be a good option to win. You know, me too. I would like to see that. But I don't want, you know, I agree with what you said. I want to be past the point where we want a winner just because of their race. But right now, we haven't, you know, reached that step yet. That's why. Oh, Chris, I'm so happy to see you here. Welcome to the channel, Chris. So happy. I get it's hard, but that edit didn't do the chaos justice. That's what I heard from the live feeds. Apparently, this week, in just 3 days, it was chaos. Also, the cookout is good, but there's a couple members that are flaky and know their best shots is with white people in the end for jury. Tell me, who are these people? Who are the traitors in the cookout? Because I posted a video and I gave my thought on Xavier. And I hope Xavier is not, you know, is not one of these people. Because if it is, I called it. But if it's not, I take back what I said. LOL. Anna says, I know she's French Canadian. I am too. I love BB. Oh my God, I love you too. I love you back. But it sounds more British than Quebecois. Yeah, it doesn't sound Quebecois. Like the way I'm speaking right now doesn't sound Quebecois. It just sounds like, you know what? I feel like I'm just a mix of everything. I can switch it up. If you want me to take my American accent, I mean, if you want me to take my American accent, like I could totally do it, you know? There's no problem in that. I could do that too. I have no problem, literally, you know? So I'm going to speak like an American now. Next one. But I feel like when I speak like an American, my energy is not as high, you know? You know, I just did the British accent. I think it's because I've been watching Love Island too much, you know. And now, Josh said Barstool itself isn't very good, but the video in itself is funny. Okay, I'm gonna literally put it on my list for real. I'm gonna watch it. Alex said our live feeds correspondent is not here today. I know we miss you, Sasu. We miss you. Next time maybe, but yeah. Definitely going on the live feeds tonight. David says, Josh, I don't know if you're any minority, but if I were in their situation, I would have done the same thing too. Exactly. I would totally make an LGBTQIA plus alliance. 1000% agree. 1000% agree. And you know what? I feel like, you know, the reason why we're saying this for Big Brother USA is because we're not used to seeing Black people on TV. But in Big Brother Canada, like the cast is diverse, but part of me feel like the cast of Big Brother Canada was so much more diverse. Maybe not like in terms of actual numbers, but something about the Big Brother Canada cast felt diverse. And I feel like because of that, we had alliances in Big Brother Canada that were completely diverse. Like it was completely unrelated to race, right? It was just that level of diversity. It was really, you know, and that's where I wish we get to. Josh says, I mean, my mother is Colombian. I consider myself half a minority, but my skin doesn't make it look like it. Exactly. So people say white passing in that case, right? So you probably don't, like when you're in a room, the fact that you're a minority is probably not a thought. I'll give you an example. When I was in high school, there weren't that many Black people in my high school. And every time I would have like a new class, because I don't know if it's like that in the United States, but where I am right now, you have one class. So let's say like you guys will have all the same classes the same. And I remember always counting the amount of Black people. Like when I was in Sec 1 in Canada, we have like we call it secondary. But when I was not in Canada, but in Quebec, when I was in secondary 1, I was the only Black girl in my class, you know? And in secondary 2, we were 3 Black girls. So I always counted. I was always aware of how many Black people there were, you know? So when you're like, I would say like when you're like a physical POC, it's something you're always aware of. You know, when you start a new job, you're like, oh, are there any other POC? So yeah, definitely. Let me start. Okay, before I continue with the comments, I'm going to start with the episode. First of all, one thing I wanted to say, remember guys, when in episode 1, Frenchie was like, oh wait, wait. Before I talk about that, first of all, I'm very happy that we didn't get a day 1 eviction. 1000% happy about that. You know how every year they have this 24-hour eviction and we don't get to know the person in depth, kind of like they did in, who was it? I just remember the guy, I think his name was Cameron from Big Brother 19. We didn't get to know him because he got like booted after 12 hours, which sucks, right? Because you literally have to quit your job or take a sabbatical, travel across the country, then to be evicted after 12 hours, that sucks. So I'm very happy we didn't get a first day eviction, which is why we didn't get an episode last Thursday. Anyways, so talking about Frenchie, remember in episode 1 when he was like, oh, I have a note. Oh, in his presentation package, I keep fumbling. Yeah, so in his presentation package, he was saying that what was he saying? Yeah, he was saying that he had a little notebook with all the moves not to make in Big Brother, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe he's smart. And then look what he's doing today. Look at what he's doing. A mess. Anyways, so yeah, so Frenchie is giving me all of Big Brother 16. He's giving me Devin making promises to everyone and then going back on his word, being a whole mess. Isn't he reminiscent of Big Brother 16, guys? Also reminding me of Donnie with all the camo, the camouflage, the little gray hair, giving me Donnie. Also, I think he's one of the oldest in the house. I don't know how old he is. Let me look it up. Frenchie, BB23. Let me look it up. Look it up. How old is he? Oh my God. Why isn't Big Brother CBS? Oh my God. Like, I'm Googling and it's not even the first result. Like, what the heck? Anyways, I don't know how old he is. Let me go on cbs.com to see how old is our little Frenchie. I want to see the cast. Oh my God, this website is so hard to navigate. You know what? For full episodes. I want to see the cast. Oh, there it is. Okay. So let's go for Frenchie. I need to know how old he is. Oh, by the way, his name is Brandon. He's 34. He's not that old. Anyways, so yeah. So going back to the episode. So basically, Kylan and Alyssa have been put on the block. Everyone is so freaking confused because that was not the plan. Well, I mean, there was no plan because he literally promised the whole house that he would keep them safe, So yeah. So have you guys seen the intro? I find the intro really ugly. It's really ghetto. It looks like an amateur did it with the sound effects. Oh, let me add a cool sound effect. Timestamp. So cringy, so not pretty. I don't like the intro. I find it ugly. And this is going to be the new intro for the next 5 seasons, probably. Or maybe 3 or 4 seasons. I don't like it. I didn't like it. Anyways, Frenchie says that he's the showman's killer between Alyssa and Christian. Someone please confirm if there are showmans, because I remember last season, well, in Big Brother Canada, I think, Austin and Kyle were denying that they were in a showmance or in an alliance. And now in the end, they ended up being in a showman/alliance. Maybe not during the show, but after the show, definitely. So yeah, someone please confirm that. So Derek and Azza are hextala confused. They don't know what's going on. And Derek says that he has a final 2 with Frenchie. I wonder how much of that is true, because this feels like a really odd pair. Is Derek still cool with that plan? Because I feel like it's not really a good final 2. Apparently, Brent and Frenchie are the ones who are close in the house. And apparently, Brent has been very condescending to people. I need to see it when I watch the live feed, so we'll see. So Alyssa is so confused about the speech. Me neither. I never understand those speeches. Like, please run it in the diary room with production and be like, does my speech make sense? And if the production tells you that it doesn't make sense, don't say it, because I really didn't understand. I didn't understand either. So Xavier tells Alyssa that she's on. Xavier actually breaks it down to Alyssa and tells her, hey man, hey girl, you're on the blog because homeboy thinks that you have a showmance with Christian. Alyssa wants to cry. Everyone wants to cry. Kylan wants to cry. Everyone's crying. She said that his speech really hurt. And then they're saying that he promised everything to everyone too soon. Yeah, rookie mistake. By the way, guys, I always say that I want to win first HOH because I feel like when you're the first HOH, you're in the loop of everything. Everyone comes and talk to you because they want to be in your good graces. But now seeing Frenchie, I'm like rethinking my decision. Do I want to make myself a huge target week 1? Because I feel like you start freaking out week 1 and this might ruin your game going forward. So is it good to win first HOH? I've always said it that because I'm a little woman, I mean, I'm not that little, you know, I'm like 5, you know, I'm like 5'5", you know, almost, you know, if I tiptoe a little. So, you know, the fact that I'm little, I might not be taken seriously. So I really want to put myself in a position where people take me seriously, people include me in discussions. So that's why I would want to win first HOH, right? Anyway, so Kylan goes to see Derek. Him too, he's super confused. And I saw him, I was like, Kylan, are you crying? Are you crying? I mean, I would want to cry too, but I was so surprised because Kylan is low-key like very, very sensitive. Like he's always crying. I mean, I ain't mad, you know? But anyways, Kylan tells the DR that he wanted to be an inspiration, motivation for people who look like him. So being on the blog is depressing because he feels like the role of being a role model, his goal of being a role model won't be fulfilled. And to me, that's like a bunch of BS, you know, because ultimately, I'm not on Big Brother to be a role model. There's a lot of reasons to be on Big Brother. Winning the cash prize, that's definitely a good reason. Also, people do go on Big Brother to have notoriety, right? And, you know, to have exposure, to live a fun experience. So to be like the main reason why you are crying right now is because you won't get to be a role model, that feels like he's disguising the reason why he's crying. Just say that you're crying because you're sensitive and it sucks to feel rejected. It sucks to be the one on the block. Like, just say that. I feel, last week I did say that. I said that the whole virtue signaling of Kyland kind of gets on my nerve a little bit, but he is I genuinely feel like he's a nice guy and that he has his heart on his sleeve. But that whole, virtue signaling is not like sitting right with me, you know? Yeah, so I don't believe that. So yeah, Azza is also confused about Frenchie because she says that this man doesn't talk to her, you know? Anyways, so Alyssa asks Frenchie right away, so like, bro, what's up? Why am I on the block? Why are you putting me on the block? Why am I on the block? She went straight up. And then Frenchie said that it's because they have a showmance. And Alyssa is like, showmance where? I'm hextilla confused. Like, where do you see a showmance? I don't see that. Where, like, are you mad? Are you mad? Where you see a showmance where, you know? And then, yeah. And Alyssa's like, it's day 3. How could I have a showmance? Girl, have you seen Big Brother? Have you seen Big Brother and the speed at which people get into showmances? You've known these people for how many hours? What is 3 days? 3 days is 72 out. 36 hours or 72 hours? 3 times 12 is 36. Yeah. So you've been there 36 hours. Do you know that in a week, I don't even see my friends 36 hours. So for sure, you can definitely get a showmance in 3 days. To me, that wouldn't cut it. I would be like, oh, you sure, Alyssa? You've been here just 3 days and you can't get a showmance. That I wouldn't, I believe her, but her excuse for not having a showmance, I don't believe it. And you know what? Anyways, yeah, that's when Christian said the whole thing about them looking good together. I feel like low-key he was projecting. He wants Alyssa to know that he likes her or something, but I feel like it's not reciprocated. Did I misread the room? Did I misread the room? I feel like it's not reciprocated. And also, I'm sorry, But I don't like Christian's glasses. Those glasses do not look good on you, Christian. I don't like them. I know it's trendy or whatever. I don't like. Is it even trendy anymore? No, I don't like them. I'm not feeling the glasses. Trying too hard. Next. So yeah. So then Frenchie looks like a deer in the headlights because he's like, oh, I really thought you guys were showmen. Oh my god, I have to think of a new strategy. It was that easy, Frenchie, to make you change your switch your opinion. It was that easy to make you change your mind. That they said, no, I'm not in showman side. You have to find another target. Bro, you need to think harder about your HOH nominations. So yeah. Frenchie at some point said that he felt lied to because when he asked her if she was in an alliance, she said no. But it's like, bro, if I'm in an alliance that doesn't include you, why the freak would I tell you? Why the heck would I tell you? Who is you? Like, who are you? Why would I tell you if I have an alliance? And I love that Big Brother showed a flashback because anyway, she didn't even say she wasn't in a, she didn't even say that she wasn't in an alliance. She said de facto. I feel like my team is an alliance de facto, but it's not like a concrete alliance. Anyways, Frenchie is weird, right? Frenchie is weird. Let me read the comments. So yes, oh, Danielle was second. I thought she didn't make it to final. Oh, she kicked out Marcellus. I'm so stupid. Okay, she kicked out Marcellus. Okay. Yes, Marcellus final 3. And he got the boot from Danielle, if I'm not mistaken. But still didn't win because of those bad biases. Apparently, it's because people saw her DR sessions and they weren't happy with what they were seeing. And that's why now the jury is sequestered, from what I understood. Alex said Danielle lost because the jury house didn't exist and they saw how mean she was in the DR. She was robbed. 1000%. Yeah, you said it. I think I got the information from you. You're like my source on BB3. It's like, Alex, you're my source. She wasn't mean per se. But a diary room is this. You literally have to give your thoughts of what the situations are. So to me, it's like you can't be mean in the diary room because it's literally to confess your inner thoughts, you know? And also in Quebec, we have this show called Occupation Double. And this guy was very mean in the DR. Anyways, he was just saying that another guy was garbage, which, I mean, it's bad, but like, it's not that, it's not cancel worthy, you know? And I was like, it's a DR session. You say everything that goes through your mind. Anyways, David says she was robbed though. 1000% agree. My bad. Josh said, my bad. I heard you say you have 2 channels. Which one do you cover BBUS on? BB Recaps, which is the logo right here in the corner. You see the logo in the corner, BB Recaps? That's the English language channel. So yeah, BB Recaps is the English language channel. Therefore, it's where I'm going to be recapping BBUS. For now, I'm streaming on both channels, but BB Recaps is going to be my English language channel. David Alsep said, also, last stream I said I didn't like Brent, but I love Brent now. Well, apparently, I just saw one tweet, and people are saying that he's getting a favorable edit in this episode. So technically, behind the scenes, apparently, I'm going to watch the live feeds to confirm, but apparently he's condescending from what I heard. But yeah, the edit was very favorable. I love the way he was trying to protect Derek and not get Derek booted out. I was rooting for Derek. Alex says, yeah, Josh, I'm confused as well because I was looking for BB recaps but found nothing. Is this not BB recaps? Is this not BB recaps? Oh, that's weird that you didn't find not anything. That's weird. Am I not in your search options? David says, oh my god, I'm watching BB Can 5 now too. I love Aika so much. Yes! I'm so happy that you're part of the club. Tell me which I'm on like episode 8, I think. Okay. So episode 8 would be like almost at the 3-week mark. Woo! I can't wait for you. Oh my god. A mess. Not me trying to put lashes and they're not sticking. I can't wait for you to get to the most iconic episode of Big Brother in Big Brother history. But I will let you get to it. Tell us where you are. I'm sure when you reach, there's going to be a major milestone. Once you reach that milestone, tell us what you think about it. I'm very curious because I love talking about Big Brother Canada 5. I'm so excited for you. Like, literally, I want to watch it with you, but I can't because it's going to be literally maybe my third or fourth time watch. Actually, I watched it once. I watched it again in last autumn. I watched it again when Kevin Martin was reviewing it. So this is going to be like my fourth time watching BB Can 5. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. Yes, David, BB Can 5 is the best season. Which episode are you at now? He said about episode 8. David says, I can see Tiffany winning. So far, I like how low-key she is. And you know she's strong. Have you seen her intro package? She's like lifting weights, so she could definitely win competition. And she seems to be a chill person that people get along with her and are not going to target her. Yes, honestly, I could see her winning more than Xavier, to be honest. But I hope she's not expendable. That's the only thing I'm scared for her for, that she's expendable. David Alsep says, but she needs to play a bigger game or not. You know, they always say that you have to lie low during the first part of the season, and then near like halfway through the season, that's when you start playing. So that could be a good strategy for her, because people who play too strong too quickly tend to get the midway, you know. Alex says, oh, David, so you haven't watched The Big Thing yet. It's coming. It's coming. I said the same thing. The big milestone. Once you see the milestone, you will understand why we love Big Brother Canada Season 5. Oh gosh, I'm nervous now. Don't be nervous. Just grab your popcorn. Don't be nervous. By the way, guys, subscribe to the channel. BB Recaps. Is it here? BB Recaps. Subscribe to that channel. And also, leave a like on the video. Leave a like on the video, you know. Leave a like on the video. On the video phone. Anyways, Alex says, I don't want to hype you, so I'm not going to tell you which episode it is. Me neither. I don't want to spoil anything. I just want him to be surprised, you know. It's so big that you'll know. Let's not say anything. Oh my God, I'm excited. Yes. We stand Ica. We love Ica, you know? We love it. My friend is actually not a fan of Ica, funny enough. And I told my friend she loved Big Brother Canada Season 5. But I told her that when you're an Ica stan, that's what being an Ica stan is what makes Big Brother Canada 5 exciting to me. Alex said, Ica is such a great player and manipulator. I love her. I'd watch 100 seasons of her, 1000%. But you know what? She really got lucky because her first season was not that great. Like Big Brother Canada Season 2, she was ostracized and everyone was against her. Chris, hey Chris. Derek F and Xavier are the two that are flaky. I knew Xavier would be flaky. I knew Xavier would be flaky. Derek, I'm a little disappointed by you, Derek. Xavier, I was expecting, but Derek, what's happening? Are you friends with Frenchie for real? Is that really a click? That's what it seems on the stream. Derek had said, Derek has said, if it's a white person versus black in final 2, the black person will win. Oh, so he wants to bring a white person just to be sure that his chances will increase in the end. I don't know how I feel about that. You know, honestly, I don't want a winner of Big Brother to be crowned just because they're black. You know what I mean? Because if it's only for that, there's always going to be an asterisk near their name, near their win, and I don't want that, right? In Big Brother Canada, I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna say because I don't want to spoil it for the people who haven't watched Big Brother Canada Season 9. But after watching Season 5 of Big Brother Canada, watch Season 9 because it was a great season. Okay. David says, can we talk about how genius there's S strategy for the veto? 1000%. I put it in my notes. I was like, oh, this is great. But look, I think it was great because he won, but it could have backfired on him because let's say the end of his puzzle wasn't wasn't properly aligned with the top, then he would have been in caca. And also, who's to say that other people would have done the top well? It was tricky, but it paid off for him. But yeah, me too. When I first heard it, I was like, that's smart. But it's smart now because he actually won. Otherwise, Chris said, so he wants to be white. He wants to be with white in the end. They will be loyal to a point, then turn on them, I think. Which makes sense, right? Because ultimately it's a solo game, right? Tiffany said it herself. She is the grill master. Is that what she said? You have to have a grill master in the end. That's how alliances work anyways, right? Josh said, that's a shame. I grew up in a very diverse community, so I wouldn't know how that feels. How what feels related to which topic I forgot. And which part do you come from? I personally come from a very diverse neighborhood as well. I feel like our city is pretty diverse anyways. But there are still power dynamics in play, even if you have a lot of diversity. And I have a lot of family from New York. New York in itself is very diverse, but when you think about it, it's very, very, very segregated. The fact that I was in my 20s, the first time I saw like a lot of white people in New York, when I would go to New York, I was like in the Caribbean parts of New York. You know what I mean? So all you saw was Caribbean people. And in that sense, is it really diverse when they're like everyone is segregated and no one is integrated? That's the question. Yo, I'm sweating bullets. My mustache is literally sweating. I don't like that. Anyways, Josh says, I hated day one eviction. Yes, I hate them too. I'm so happy we're done with this. I hope it's not coming back. Absolutely hated them. 1000% agree. And you know what? Even in Big Brother Canada this past season, the cast was so likable that every eviction was painful because you're literally like, oh my God, I love everyone. Why is everyone getting evicted? So yeah, Alex said Jody BB14 was evicted after 60 minutes. That sucks. Yo, this is so stupid. You know what I mean? Like all this work to be evicted in 60 seconds. Like, what is the point? I mean, what is CBS trying to achieve in evicting people within 60 minutes? It's not dramatic. We don't like it, the public, because we don't get to know these people, and that's what I hate. We don't get to be attached to these people. David says, oh my God, I like, no way. Yeah, that sucked. I think that's why people, it's like, what's it called? It's like a recurring theme. It's like inside joke. Not an inside. It's like not an inside joke, a running gag. It's a running gag on Big Brother. They'll have like, when they have competition with people from when they have competitions with past house guest spaces, they'll often put Jody because she was evicted first, and it's like a running gag, It's like now she's known because she was evicted first. I think the intro is okay. The neon theme is just meh. Yeah, it's meh. I could do a better job. Look at that. Wait, I didn't put my intro. Look at this. Look at this. Look at me being professional and having an intro. Again, damn. Oh yeah. So Josh says, I don't think I like the intro. I hate it. Especially not with those sound effects. I know it's so ghetto. It looks like a little kid made that intro. They put in the song. Yeah, it's like, oh yes, let's put that little sound effect. Yeah, it's no bueno. I don't like it. David said, if I work for CBS and BB in the future, I'm gonna make the show look good. 1000%. Look at Big Brother Canada. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but in Big Brother Canada right now, season 5, they have a theme, the BB Can Odyssey, but every year the theme changes. So, I mean, Big Brother US has a theme as well, but it's not as nice as the theme of Big Brother Canada. Like, have you seen how pretty the Big Brother Canada is, Big Brother Canada house is compared to the Big Brother USA house? Just saying. I mean, I'm not trying to be like the superior Canadian right here, but you know, gotta rep for my country, you know. No, I'm kidding if I'm shitting on. I just hated the past seasons of Big Brother USA so much, you know. David says, nah, I don't think they're in the show, man. So Alyssa seems very against it. I feel like Alyssa is shy. She is shyer than I thought. But I think all the guys like her. Did you see how Kylan was all touchy with her? How she's always touching Xavier. So yeah. Alex says, I actually like the neon thing. I find it so ugly, man. Bro, they need like an infographics, I don't know what to call it, graphic design person to help them. I just don't like the theme song. But us Canadians are biased because our CSI intro, yeah. I don't really like the Big Brother Canada song either. I don't like it either. I find it's so dramatic. It's a na-na-na-na-na. No, it sounds like a hockey song. I don't like it either. Alex said, David, please force them to have a new house. Yes, when you turn 21 and you can finally work for CBS. I don't like BB Can intro. It's too long. Yeah, exactly. I agree. I don't like it either. David, you and I, eye to eye. David said, at least BB Can 5. Yeah, it's always the same theme song. I don't like it either. The whole red thing, I don't like it. I don't like it. It doesn't look like a fun, cool show to be a part of, if that makes any sense. Alex says, no. First HOH is horrible. They always go pre-jury. Is it? But Hayden won BB12, you know? So is it true? Did Derek win at first HOH in BB16? I'm trying to think who won first HOH in each seasons. Yeah, I don't know. I'm torn. But I feel like Tyler, the fact that Tyler was able to go really far because he was the first HOH and because everyone was talking to him and thought that he was so trusting with everyone. So I really feel like it depends. If you don't do a Frenchie, you could stay longer because you have more insight, you know? Josh said, I would never want to share what I want to do in the game because I don't want to share my strategy with anybody. Are you talking with the outside public or are you talking about within the house? You wouldn't share your strategy. But I haven't made up my mind. Oh, you don't want to share your strategy with us? Josh, you don't want to share your strategy with us? We're supposed to be family here. What's up? But I haven't made up my mind if I win first HOH or not. You don't want to share your strategy with us? We're supposed to be friends here. What's up, Josh? What's up, Josh? But yeah, Alex says too long. It's 30 seconds. The theme song I meant. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like it either. It's a I feel like it should be more cool vibes. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Something feels, you know? David said, well, Cody won last season. Did he win first HOH? He did. Yeah, you see? But BB22 was BB22. Yeah, that I agree. Let's forget that. See, let's forget the whole past 3 years of Big Brother USA. Big Brother 22 was a flop. Big Brother 21 was a flop. Big Brother 20 was aight at first, but the end was like boring. And Big Brother 19 was a mess. So I feel like the past 4 years were really hard, except for BB20 was a little better. David said true. David said also Sarah Beth stand now. Oh, because she's part of the Rainbow Mafia. Yes. And her story was really touching, to be honest. And also something about her. I don't know how to explain this. I don't know where she comes from, and I don't know what her family is like. But I feel like where she comes from, making a come out is a big deal. And kudos to her for making it. And I love what she said. She said, you know, because I'm bi, I can make everyone's life easier by just dating a man. But right now, I have this girl in my life and I really love her, you know? And I thought, wow, like I never thought about bi identity like that. Like I never thought about it like that. Like you could just be straight passing because you can, but it's deeper than that, you know? But me too, I mean, I don't feel like I'm not part of the Rainbow Mafia, but I mean, I support the Rainbow Mafia. You know, I'm all here. You know, I'm happy she's living in her truth. I find that one of the saddest things in life is being in the closet. To be honest, everyone wants to be loved and everyone wants to be in love. It's literally everything we talk about. Literally, a Big Brother is a strategy game, and love makes its way onto the show. You'll have like French reality television, loves makes it onto the show. You have work in love is everything people strive for. And for me to think that someone is not allowed to love is just crazy to me. So I think being in the closet is one of the saddest things ever to me. Saddest things ever. Josh said, yeah, she definitely has a showmance with Christian. Oh, she does. Per the live feeds. Okay, so they do have a showmance. I knew it. I knew it was a lie. I knew it was a lie. Did I say the opposite? Did I say the opposite? No. But I had a feeling it was true, right? Because I called it. I was like, no, it's not far-fetched to say that they're in a showmance. Okay, so I like you're confirming that they're in a showmance. Josh said 3 days is 72 hours. Oh, because I did 12. 12 times 3, 12 times 3 is 36. Yeah, 72 hours. My first instinct was to say 30 to 72 hours, and then I had a brain fart. Oh my God, I'm so ashamed. By the way, Josh, had you been here since the beginning with the old channel, you know that on this channel, the math never works. Every time we try to do math on the fly on this channel, it never works, okay? So don't rely on the math that you're hearing on this channel. David says, I don't think she does. Of what? Having a showmance. Okay, I gotta watch the live feeds tonight. Alex says, am I the only one who doesn't like the wild card comp? I just don't like it. You know what someone said? I think it was like, I heard this on another podcast, but they were saying that they would rather have it as yo, I feel like I'm fumbling on my words. Okay. Someone said that they wish the challenge was you win safety and then you have the option of spinning the wheel. And if you do decide to spin the wheel, you could lose your safety. But then again, if someone gets safety, I don't know who in their right mind would risk losing their own safety, right? So that could be a shortfall of that gambling, you know? So yeah, I don't like those safety competitions, but at the same time, if it benefits the people I like, I'm not totally against it. You know, it depends who's benefiting from that competition. And it's always like that. Every season, they always have like a first competition that's like random to get safety. Last year, it was the safety suite. The year before that, it wasn't the hacker competition, but it was something to that effect. I think one could sprout. What is sprouting? What could a showmance? You think it could sprout? I don't really what. Frenchie is such a mess. 1,000%. A mess, making promises. No, Marcellus was 5th. Okay, as you can see, I haven't watched the season. I haven't watched BB3. I'm so sorry, Alex. So you are our reference for BB3. I'm going to stop saying facts about it because I didn't watch it. And obviously I'm wrong. I'm spreading misinformation out here. So I'm not going to do it anymore. Can you link BB recaps? Sure. Let me YouTube. Why is my channel not showing up? You know what, guys, you might hear the podcast. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna put the link of BB recaps in here. So you're seeing this from Big Brother QC recaps. Interesting. I found BB recaps. Yes, find a freaking Lee. Thank you. Okay, cool. I still put the link in the description down below. I'm probably gonna stream on both channels because in the end it doesn't really matter. And also, if you guys subscribe to Big Brother QC recaps, then what's it called? If you subscribe to Big Brother QC recaps, you might be able to learn some French once I review content in French, you know. Josh says no problem. Okay, so you found the channel, perfect. Can you link it? Just done it. Alex says, see David, BB agreed with me. What did I say? What about what? What were we talking about? I completely forgot. What was it? What did I agree with you on? Okay, that didn't work. Okay, so I put the link down below. Cass just got evicted. We love Cass. Sorry. Oh my god. When I talk for too long, my snot gets stuck in my throat. I'm so sorry for the noises, guys. It's so disgusting. Usually I put it on mute, but this time it caught me by surprise. Okay, so Alex says, I watched BB Can 5 8 times now. It was such a good season. Such a good season. Yes, it was that good. So far, I love the pacing. Yes, there's always something going on. There's always something going on in BB Can 5. Like, there's literally no down episode. Even the competitions were amazing. David said, okay, there's always something happening. Exactly. Did you the slop? Have you seen the slop? The slop elections? Have you seen that yet? That too was a fun episode. True, and you're going on week 4, which is pretty great week 2. Yup. Was it backward? Is it backwards week? Demetrius is so hot. Yup. I agree. And he's so nice, I find. Based on what we saw on the show, I find him really nice. I want whoever played the game best to win point blank. Yo. By the way, I thought Dimitri would be a jock, but he's actually like a really nice jock in the end. Alex, yo, this light is literally making me melt right now. Insane. Alex said BB Can 9 was great, but so messy. But we love messiness, don't we? We love messiness. We love it. We love it. We love the messiness. There were no great players, great cast, terrible players, but we love it. We love the mess. We loved it. Alex said, I feel like BB23 is going to be a great season. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it just yet. Because BB20 was supposed to be a great season, and then halfway, Haley posted something weird, and that messed up the season, you know? So this is 1 week. 1 week. But if it's going to go like Big Brother Canada 9, we're good. By the way, what I like about Big Brother Canada 9 is that the season is very short. When the season is short, it's more exciting because it moves more quickly, whereas BB USA, right now the season is really long. It's only ending in September, so that might be a little long, and that might reduce the pace of the show in the long run, right? David says, if I were to audition for BB, should I bring my twin brother and present to them the strategy of bringing my twin brother in the house and portray not knowing him at all? Yeah, we love a twin twist. Every season or so, there's like a twin twist, right? There were the Liz twins. 1000% come in with your twin. 1000%. Don't leave that out. Like, definitely come with your twin. Honestly, you could. I didn't even know you had a twin. I feel like we're learning things about you every single episode. By the way, make sure that, let's say your twin, let's say they're not going for a twin twist, make sure also to like express that you would be down to play alone as well, right? David said, but we have a major secret alliance communicating all the time, and the only way it would work is because we look nothing alike. So you guys are fraternal twins? That's yeah. That's so cool, though. I wish I had a twin, honestly. Damn, BB, your new intro is fire. Thank you. I mean, I just use Canva. I mean, it's not that bad, but I mean, I feel like I want to change the set and buy a microphone and buy a real camera and stuff like that. Maybe I'll consider doing that, but I'm not sure yet, you know. BB Can house is so pretty, so spacious. Apparently it looks big, but it's not that big. I think it's because it's done in a mezzanine way, in the sense that, but Big Brother USA 2 is a mezzanine, but apparently it's not as big as it looks on camera, from what I heard. Josh says the chat is a bit delayed. So when I send something in the chat, it's probably about the topic from like, yeah, it's because I'm really slow taking the comments. Okay, I'll try to go faster with the comments, okay? Okay, let me speed through the comments, and then after I'm gonna go continue the episode, okay? So I like the BBUS song. I mean, it's fine. I just don't like the graphics about it. David said, I miss the OG BB theme song. It was so original. Isn't it always like the same theme, but variation on the same theme, and they just modernize it every single season? Just said, I actually like the BBUS house, lol. I'm surprised people don't, because Big Brother Canada house is so much better. It's because it doesn't look, you know how Love Island is colorful? When you have like a reality show, the houses are always colorful, neon colored. When you look at Are You the One, it's always like in beachy vibes and everything. I feel like the BBUS house is very dull. Like the colors are very dull. It's not bright enough. I think that's what's missing in the Big Brother house. Like more brightness. Big Brother Canada has a lot of neons. And honestly, I felt like if I were in that house, I would be so dazed and confused because that's too much neon. But there's a way to do it without neon, like bright lights, and to have like colors that are popping. David said, and unique. Yes, it was original and unique, but I mean, feels like the same to me. Dude, Hayden Moss was my guy. Hayden Moss was really cool. Like, he was, lucky for him that his showmance was broken up very early, because he could have been a target like going forward. Did you know that in BB16 there was a Hayden Voss that looked just like him? Well, no, but they had similar style. Tyler Crispin also won first HOH, and he made it to final 2. Exactly. So I don't think it's bad to win first HOH, by the way. We're very much friends. Josh said we're very much friends. That's me saying that you don't trust us about the strategy. I was kidding, by the way. I was kidding. We're very much friends. I just don't want to risk the off chance of somebody in this chat going into the house with me and knowing my strategy. Very wise on your part. Very wise on your part. I'm not judging. I was kidding, but I'm a little bit offended, to be honest with you. David said, Sarah Beth seems so genuine and sweet. I love it. She is. She does seem sweet. Very. I have nothing against her. She hasn't given me show yet, but I have no problems against her. Right when she said the bi dilemma thing made me bawl. Yo, I completely it really resonated with me. I was like, oh, I never thought of that. I never thought that as a bi person, there would be a pressure to be straight, to act straight, because I've been in that same situation. Really, what happened? You thought you were bi, or are you bi? Did you say you were bi? I forgot what you said you were. Bi, or what's your, how do you identify? Being in the closet was the worst thing. STG. What is STG? But yeah, because you can't, literally, people want to love. Imagine stripping, like, it's such a basic human needs. People have kids. When you reach a certain age, that's all people talk about. Relationship. You could have the best job in the world and be the most successful person, and people will ask you, so where's your partner? Who's your partner? Celebrities, they're supposed to be movie stars, and we still want to know about their personal love life. So love is so central to our lives that I can't imagine not being able to express that love. That's crazy to me. I find it so stupid, the whole thing of who cares about someone's sexual orientation? Like, what do you care for? You know what I mean? Like, what do you care that you would discriminate against that person? Anyways, no, they don't have a showman. They're just assuming. They're just assuming. Okay, you're assuming. Okay, we'll see. I'm gonna watch live feeds to see if there's any confirmation. Josh, the chances are low. Okay, so there's no showmans? Because I feel like Christian is not, I don't know. I feel like Alyssa is a bit more classy than Christian. I don't know. Something doesn't vibe with the two of them together for me, but they're both pretty, and that's the solution. That's the recipe to have a showmance. Josh said, nothing has been proved it in the live feeds. Okay. Josh said, but never impossible. Okay, we'll see. Let me continue the episode, and then I'll go back to the comments. So we already talked about Sarah Beth talking about the fact that she is bi. She identifies as bi. I don't know. Do you say for sexual orientation, do you identify, or is that just you who you are? I want to make sure I use the right terms. But Sarah Beth is bi, and she finds it hard because she likes a woman, and yeah, and she thinks her family is judging, and it's hard for them to accept it. And I felt that. I was like, oh, that sucks though. But I'm happy she found love. Like, ultimately, so happy she found love. Oh yeah, and by the way, have you guys seen Britney's cornrows? I was like, who did those cornrows, Britney? LOL. Yeah. So now Frenchie is like scrambling because he needs to find a new target that easily, just because he had one conversation where they confirmed they weren't a showmance. Like, that's a weird Big Brother play to me. Just because they've confirmed to you they're not in a showmance, they're not your targets anymore. That is so messy. Honestly, don't create more targets, because now Alyssa doesn't trust you. Christian doesn't trust you. Your new targets won't trust you. Derek knows that you were targeting him, so now he doesn't trust you. Like, bro, you're a mess, and people see you flip-flopping and making promises to everyone, so now no one trusts you. Like, what are you doing, bro? I thought you had a handbook on how to play Big Brother. Like, what's happening? What happened to the notebook? You threw it out before playing the game? Is that what happened? Is that what happened? You threw out the notebook. Where is it? Anyways. So yeah, so now we see another flashback to Frenchie eavesdropping on the conversation that the people were having and saying that Frenchie is so weird, he's acting all sketchy. And then he caught Derek saying one thing. There was a whole freaking group talking about you, and Derek said one thing, and you decided that Derek was your target. And then you decided that Derek was your target. Can you explain that to me? By the way, people felt, in a podcast that I was listening to, people felt like Frenchie probably had the bias training. So he's like, okay, so he promised that, okay, he's not going to put a woman, he's not going to put a POC on the block, right? So he had no choice but to put like the other white men, right? But people feel like he found a very quick excuse not to put Brent. Like, as soon as Brent told him his story, he found that excuse not to put him on the block. I don't know how true that theory is, but it's weird that Frenchie was so gun-ho on Derek X. Isn't that sketchy? But it's probably not. Anyways, I won't say anything. By the way, Derek is very fine. I'm going to say this right here. Derek is very, I was looking at him, I was like, oh, Derek is fine. Derek is fine. But anyways, ooh, I am sweating bullets, guys. I am sweating bullets right now. Anyways, so yeah. So they're talking about the fact that, yeah, Derek is saying that he's basically blowing up his game. Okay. I don't understand how Frenchie flipped the switch. Like, I don't understand his reasoning. I don't know how he switched so quickly. I don't understand his conversation with Derek. Maybe someone can clarify what happened, because I was typing and I was like, huh, what? Wait, all of a sudden you're saying that you're targeting Derek X? Like, where did that come from? And why are you saying this before the veto? Like, why are you saying this before the veto? Yeah. So Derek X said, Frenchie is saying that Derek X is a snake. Like, where did you get that from? Like, it's not mathing. Anyways, I'm so confused. I didn't even get the conversation. I need to rewatch that segment because I did not get it at all. So yeah, he said that he's going to flip. Frenchie said he's going to flip. I didn't understand. So anyways, Derek X told Frenchie that he had an alliance, and I was like, why the heck would you tell Frenchie that? I'm really not understanding. And then Frenchie said, you fell into the trap. Like, what? But if you're not aligned, like, what do you care that he had an alliance? It's Big Brother. People are going to have alliances. I don't get when people are mad that people have alliances. It's literally what Big Brother is, you know? But yeah, so Frenchie said that his name was definitely mentioned by Travis and Derek. So now those are his new targets. He said that he says that he gave them respect and he wants it back. Feels very Caleb-y to me. Feels very Devin meets, what was it? No, Devin meets Caleb from BB16. Feels very that to me. I had a bit of hope in Frenchie, but this week has been disappointed. Frenchie tells Brent that he's targeting Derek X. Derek X and Brent doesn't want that to happen because Derek is actually on his team, right? So he doesn't want Derek to be the target. So he's trying to steer him away from Derek and maybe to target Travis instead. So Brent goes back to tell Derek that he's actually the backdoor option, you know? And I'm very happy because this is probably what lit a fire under Derek X's ass, you know? Anyways, so then we see the formation of the cookout. I love the name but then again, it's very easy to get caught with a name like that, right? Ooh, sorry. I don't know if I should lift up my arms. Sorry for that view, guys. Oopsie. But yeah, so they call themselves the Cookout. I kind of feel like it's a bad name because it's very obvious. If someone hears the Cookout, we already know what the Cookout means, you know? But anyways, I call it the Black Brigade because they said that they would use the same strategy as the Brigade to literally be friends with the whole house and each have different branches of the house, but be the core together. By the way, can you guys, yeah, that's that. Anyway, so they have a Black Alliance. And at first I was like, I'm not buying the whole representation thing because ultimately when you go on Big Brother, it's a selfish reason. I don't feel like you're doing it to be a representation. And even me, if I were to go on Big Brother, it wouldn't be for the representation. It would be because I want to be on Big Brother. Obviously, as a result of being on the show, I would want to leave a good impression to be a good representation for my community. But in itself, the end goal is to win Big Brother, is to have a really good experience, right? So I find it, I don't like when there's virtue signaling, if that makes any sense. Anyways, but yeah, Tiffany called herself the Grill Master. Frenchie said that he loves Brent's company and he proposes to him a final two in a very odd way. Oh, you don't have to accept it if you don't want to. When someone offers you a final two, you freaking take it. You take it. When someone oh, I'm not sure, you take it and then you move along, right? So yeah, so Brent does not agree to go against Derek X because Derek X is part of his alliance. Brent would rather target Travis, and he has successfully made Frenchie target Travis as well. But Frenchie is a bit, hesitant to do that because he already promised to he already promised Travis that he would not target him on day one. So he really feels wary about going back on his promise. Then we have the veto competition. In the veto nominations, Frenchie picks Tiffany. Kylan picks House Guest Choice and he picks Travis. I was like, why the heck would Kylan pick Travis? Are they friends? Are they close? Are they in the same team? Oh, I think they are in the same team. Are they? Anyways, I did not like that pick, but whatever. I was scared that Travis would win because honestly, I don't care for Travis. Travis can go on the block and he can go home. As long as Derek is not leaving, I'm truly rooting for Derek. I know he's not on the block, but I really did not want to see Derek go on the block, because I thought it was so unfair the way he was targeted. It literally came out of thin air. Out of nowhere, he was targeted. Anyways, and Alyssa picks Derek, and I was like, yes, because I was rooting for Derek. Anyway, so the veto comp comes, okay, and Derek won. I was so happy. Like we said before, his strategy was so smart. And then after that, Travis said that he feels safe because there was a promise day one, but we know that week one you can't rely on those promises. So that was awkward because we know what happens in the end. Frenchie says that he will have to go back on his word, which he did. Alyssa is crying to Xavier, makes sense. Does Xavier have a crush on Alyssa? I think he does. Derek X tells Frenchie that from now on, he wants to build a trust. Frenchie says, look, I really don't want to influence the way you use your veto, I want you to use it the way you want to use it, but I want you to use it on Kylan, basically, is what he said. And you know what? I am mad. I wanted him to use it on Kylan as well. So I'm kind of on Frenchie's side, but not for the same reasons as Frenchie, which is weird. So yeah, so Frenchie said it's okay to use it on Kylan. So he tells him that, oh yeah. And he tried to lie to Derek and say that people are saying that if he doesn't put Kylan, if he doesn't take off Kylan on the block, if he doesn't put Travis on the block, people are targeting Derek. Such a liar. Like Derek, Frenchie, no one is friends with you. No one is telling you anything. You do not have an alliance. Good luck on Frenchie. I don't know if he's going to make it far, to be honest. But there could be bigger targets than Frenchie because Frenchie doesn't have an alliance. So that's the thing. Yeah, and Frenchie said he wants to build a relationship and guarantee safety. I feel like it's a little too late. You have burned bridges. Like literally out of thin air, you started targeting Derek. Derek X says that he's not buying it because Frenchie has promised stuff to everyone. I was like, thank you. You're smart, Derek. Anyways, Alyssa's doing her pitch to Derek X to save her. I feel like Alyssa's main goal is to not be evicted week 1. Like she's been saying that a lot. I don't want to be the first evictee. I don't want to be the first evictee. Yeah, and then we have the veto ceremony. Derek uses the veto on Kyland. And then the replacement nominee is Travis. I'm so happy. I want Travis to be evicted. I don't want Travis to be a returning player. I don't need no return competitions. So Travis, you can go. Thank you. I don't care. And then at the end of the episode, Frenchie says that his HOH was a success. It was a success in the sense that the person he targeted is like the target, but I'm not sure it was a good week for you going forward. I'm not sure the relationships did what you wanted them to do. Anyway, so I'm taking comments. So yeah, so that wraps up the episode. I'm taking comments. So David says, I think it could happen, but there isn't one at the moment. What could happen? What could happen? What hasn't happened at the moment? A showman's. My phone is at 2%, so I'm going to mute my phone. My phone passed away. Oh no. Oh no. I hope you come back soon. I hate when that happens. David said, I like Marcellus. I talked to him once. He was so sweet. How did you talk to him? Where did you see him? He looks really nice. The fact that he was able to be selfless and to use the veto on another person shows that he's a nice person. You know what I mean? That he has his heart on his sleeve. So yeah, I'm sure he's nice, but he's just not the smartest Big Brother player, if you know what I mean. They should make one season without any twists. Just let them play. It depends. Because sometimes the twist help add to the season. Like Big Brother Canada 5, backwards week was amazing. So Big Brother Canada does have really nice twists. We agree. We agreed on the big thing on Big Brother BB Can 5. Not saying more about Big Brother Canada 5. Can't wait for David to see it. Oh my God, I'm so far behind in the comments. I'm going to go faster. David said, yes, that's what I've been saying. I'm calling it the Big Brother rewind, where they go back to a season 3 dynamics where there's no twist. Oh, just normal comps and back to PB&J and that's iconic intro song. Yes, but sometimes the twists are good. I don't like the competition. Like, you know, to me, a twist, like the competition, the safety competition is not a twist. It's just a competition that you've added to the show. But backwards week of Big Brother Canada 5, that was an amazing twist, okay? A twist like that shakes the game is fun. You know, that creates a lot of chaos. That's fun. But a twist like the hacker competition, like the random competitions like that, no one cares. We want twists where the players have to face dilemmas, you know? The slot vote is on week 4. I can't wait for you to see it. I can't wait for you to see it, David. Agreed, David. Yeah, I think I agree. It's not really what makes Big Brother is not the twists. It's the fact that players are allowed to make power moves and blindside people and have fights. That's the essence of what makes Big Brother good. So I wouldn't mind stripping a season, but Big Brother Canada 5 twists were good. David said, I can't believe I'm going into college with a BB season. I hope some peeps at Pace Uni like BB. There will be. If you go on Twitter, there's a large community of Big Brother fans on Twitter. So I'm sure you could find friends there. Or you create a club and then people will join your BB club. But when I was in uni, actually, I used to have a group of friends where we would watch Big Brother together. So when I was in grad school, the program wasn't big. Like, we were very few people. And so it was fun because we were all so close. And like every time Big Brother was playing, we were chatting on Facebook and talking about the episode. So it was really fun. Alex said, Karen said on a live stream that the house is very small. Yeah, exactly. It's not what you think. It looks big, but it's not. I think it's because it's sliced. We see a sliced view. When you see a sliced view, you feel like the house continues all the way back, but it really stops at where we're looking at the house, if that makes any sense. So I think that's why it looks big. And apparently the yard is not that big as well. It looks big. Hayden's showmance was Kristen, right? Yes. Yes, it was like the whole floaters grab a life vest. Kristen. That was Kristen, his showmance. Because basically, the reason why in BB12 there was a fight is because Rachel caught Hayden and Kristen kissing, and both of them were denying that they were in a showmance. And then Rachel was like, no, you guys are in a showmance. I know you are. And Kristen was like, stop lying. We're not in a showmance. And then ensued the whole fight. And then there was a floaters from Olympus. Kristen. But yeah, David says, Josh, if we go into the BB house together, we're making an alliance and calling it the BB Alliance. Oh my God, I would feel so honored. But by the way, in this podcast, we have an alliance called the Dishwashers. But it's true that we'll never be able to play on the same season of Big Brother because we're in different countries. And I don't think they let Canadians on BB US. And I don't think that actually, it's funny because in Big Brother Canada, there were international Big Brother players that came on Big Brother Canada in season 4. David said, I'm gay. My situation was, should I come out or should I not? So I can have a normal white picket fence life. I'm happy you actually came out and you made the move. What triggered you? Like, what was the final straw that you said, oh my God, I have to make a coming out? I know a lot of people don't like when we say this. I don't know if it's rooted in homophobia when we say this, but sometimes it's kind of obvious when someone is gay. I don't know if it's homophobic to say this, but it's like sometimes I literally have someone in mind. I remember that I was friends with this guy in elementary school, and to me, even elementary school, it was obvious to me. You know what I mean? And I think he made his coming out in his adult life. And I was like, what is it that we have a gay? Like, I know it's stereotypical to be like, oh, someone feels gay, but it's like, but it turns out to be true. That's why I'm conflicted. Like, you know what I mean? All that to say, do you think people in your life already knew? Because I feel like often it's what it happens. Like, I feel like when people make their coming out, a lot of us are not surprised. Like, the entourage is not surprised. There's always something. I don't know how to explain it. David says it's who you are, referring to Sarah Beth being bi. Yeah, it's not, yeah, you're not like, she doesn't identify herself. She is bi. Yeah. She is bi. She doesn't identify as bi. You know, but then again, we say so even trans people, we shouldn't say they identify as a female or a woman or a man. We should just say they are a man, right? Because that's who they are. Proper language, you know? When we have the proper language, that's when we can have respectful dialogue. So I know it seems like I'm being PC, but I really want to make sure that, you know, respecting people, because it costs nothing for me to be respectful. You know what I mean? Literally no effort. So might as well be respectful. Alex said, I don't get why people would judge someone's sexuality. I don't get it. It's honestly, usually it's rooted in religion. And because religion was so central to our nations, literally the reasons why you have people colonizing other countries was sometime to spread that religion. And then people interpret the religion as being homophobic. So that's how they push it on to others, right? People believe in their religion at their core. So that would explain it. I don't understand it, but even I would say when I was younger, I was a bit more religious because that's how I was raised. And even back then, I was never, I never hated gay people, right? But I think part of our culture as a society was very homophobic. Like I remember gay slurs being normalized, and it wasn't like when people use those gay slurs against people, it wasn't because of their sexuality. It was just because that word was an attack in itself. I don't know if that makes any sense. So yeah, all those words, I won't pronounce them, but it was so normalized back then. I don't feel like I used those words, but I don't think like when I was a kid, I would call out anyone for using this word because it was so normalized, right? But I'm happy like times are changing, and even if you compared like 5 years from now, things were very different, even in terms of physical ass lot. It wasn't treated the same, gender, everything different. So I'm happy we're progressing. David says, and when people are like, oh, they grew up in a world when it was different, referring to elderly homophobic people, but like, hello, you're still growing. 1000%. That's what I always say. You're still part of the world. Like all of it. As an adult, I'm different from who I was as a kid. You know what I mean? I'm aware. Even as a kid, like kids are sometimes mean because they don't have that social awareness or whatever. They aren't socialized yet to be like nice, or it's not like ingrained in them. But when they grow older, they grow like they understand that you have to be nice to people. So for me, in social norms, why isn't it the same? Why don't we hold the same standards? You're constantly learning. Yeah, 1000% agree with you. I always say this. You're still part of the world. But one thing, the only thing I will say is that internet culture grows faster than the outside world. What I mean by that is a lot of things that I learn about society and everything is stuff that I seen from internet, and I'm always online. But we have to realize that a lot of people are not always online and gathering other people's opinion. So when you're not online as often, you may not be sensitized to those issues, right? You may not be aware if you don't spend a lot of time on social media, right? So that's why a show like Big Brother is good for people who are not always online, because they get to see that, okay, diversity is important. We need to teach you why it's important, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, I 1000% agree with you that you're still part of that world. So you should still evolve. But the problem is that people, if you're not online, you're not aware of social issues. And if you always hang out with the same crowd, you tend to have the same perspective when you have a small group of people. And when you have the same perspectives, that can be hard to make you change your ways. But I 1000% agree with you. Because even let's say you go to work, you will eventually meet people who have different demographics from yours, anywhere, so yeah, I agree with you, but with an asterisk. David says people can still learn, like you don't just stop learning at a certain age. 1000% agree. 1000% agree with you. Like I said, like even me, I never thought I would buy music. Now I have a Spotify subscription. Why? Also, what's it called? Now I always say I don't buy fast fashion. I don't do it anymore. I'm different in that sense. Much more sensitive about not hurting people who are of a marginalized group. Example, LGBTQ. Very aware and much more quick to call out when something happens. I don't accept casual racism as much as I did before. Before I was like, oh, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to get in trouble. So yeah, 1000% agree with you. Like we're evolving. And yeah, David said, and most modern homophobia and racism is still around because it's being taught by their parents. It's so messed up. Exactly. Exactly. But that's why the internet is important, because let's say even if your parents teach you something as a child of your parents, you still have exposure to other people by going to school, by going online, etc., etc. So yeah, but I'm happy that our generation is breaking that curse. That way our kids won't have those biases, and I think they're going to be even more woke than us, if I could say that in parentheses. Alex says, I grew up in a Catholic household. Me too. I grew up Catholic. I grew up in a Catholic household, and my dad is very homophobic. I had a lot of arguments with him about that topic. It's insane. And how does he feel nowadays? Like, how does he feel about it? My friend actually, I have a lot of white friends who have racist parents, and I'm happy that my white friends are finally comfortable calling out their parents on racism. You know, I would say that in my family, it's not so much that people are homophobic, because I think if I came out to my parents, like there wouldn't be any problems. But I think there could be insensitive comments, right? You know what I mean? Like, um, let's say someone dresses more fruity, you know? You'll have maybe someone who says, "Oh, that's a very fruity outfit." They won't say, like, they'll point it out, not to be mean, but just because they're so used to pointing those things out. But it doesn't stem from a deep hatred and a deep opposition to being gay, if that makes any sense. So it's like, it's not good. It's not good, but it's definitely different from someone who's religious and who's very anti LGBTQ or whatever else. You know what I mean? Alex says, which Derek is which? I forgot. Derek X is Asian Derek, and Derek F is Black Derek. The way I know it is a lot of Asian names, either Asian last names starting X or Z, like Zhu, Zhang, all of that. So that's how I know, like X. A lot of Asian last names started with X, so I know that Derek X is Asian Derek. Yes, it's the obvious trait: Black versus Asian. Let's call a spade a spade. You know what I mean? Describing is not racist. David says, glad you're an ally, Alec. 1000%. The fact that you're standing up to your dad is amazing. Don't worry, David. Yes, this is like a non-bigot free zone. Yeah, it's a bigot free zone. Sorry, this is a bigot free zone here, and always open to learning, right? Because I'm, always like, if I say something, call me out. This was not okay. Always open to learning. I love you guys. Like, I'm so glad this is such a safe space for us to talk. Bro, I'm literally gonna have tears. You're so cute. You're so cute. Oh my god, I'm gonna have tears because I am happy that it's a safe space. I'm gonna, like, yes, safe space here. Safe space. Yes. I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. Glad you're part of the dishwashers now, David. Yes, he's an honorary member of the dishwasher alliance. Oh my god, let me go with the comments a bit quicker because I'm very, very far behind. Oh my god, no way. That's what her fans are called. I love that. I know I'ma wash those dishes in the BB house. Oh no, that's not the fans. That's the alliance we have, the dishwasher alliance. I don't have fans. We're just talking together. We're not, there's no fandom here. We're just talking. We're all on the same level, you know? Alex said, it all started because we said it was a good strategy to gain people's trust. Yes, we talked about it. No one wants to be the first evictee. So embarrassing. Yes, me, and I'd be so pissed. Imagine having to quit your job to then be the first evictee. Oh my god. Like, all of this for nothing. Yeah, if I'm the first out, we don't want that. Yeah, I would literally hide for like 1 week and then hide. That way they forget about me. That way I'm not the first boot, you know? David said, I talked to him on Instagram. He was a huge inspiration to me because I watched this season when I was in the closet. Oh, did he come out of the closet or something? What's his story? What is Marcella's stories? What is Marcella's story? Alex said, BB, Marcellus just didn't use the veto at all because he's trusted Danielle and Jason. Oh my God, not me thinking he was nice. You know what? I said I would not talk about BB3 because I didn't watch the season and I keep lying. I keep spreading misinformation. Thanks for calling me out. I'm not saying anything about the season anymore because literally I'm wrong all along. Thanks for keeping me in checks about my facts. David says, yes, I like the twist, but keeping them more central and less theme-based. I want the twist to be something that's going to shake up and create dilemmas. Like right now, the safety competition is literally just the safety and it doesn't create chaos. There's no dilemma. What happened to, like, you know how in episode 1 they said it's the house of gambling? Have you guys seen any gambling so far? I haven't seen any gambling other than the first gamble that was so stupid because obviously Frenchie is not going to take the gamble, but now maybe he wish he had because he won't have 2 weeks to stay. David said, and I want twists that affect their living in the house, not game moves. Me too. I want emotional twists. You will be served when you watch BB Can 5. No kidding. You will love it. I hate twists. I'm sorry. Me neither. I don't like the game twists. Like the game that are just like, oh, we create a new competition. But BB Can 5, we got good ones. We got good ones. David said, Karen is so funny. Yes, we stand Karen. Karen is literally the anti-Karen. She's literally the anti-Karen. I'm so mad that Karen is like now a bad term because Karen is the GOAT. I love how she said the second chancers sucked. The returning player, like, girl, don't make yourself a target. By the way, the newbie cast of Big Brother Canada 5 is lit. I love how lit they are. This is the best returning newbie cast we've ever had. Karen is so funny. Karen is the GOAT, guys. Karen is the GOAT. Looking back on it, oh yeah, and Karen is always doing this, but with a different finger, if that makes any sense. Looking back on it, I can't remember what my last straw was. I think I just decided one day to come out. Yeah, I think it's very heavy. I would think so, you know? Oh yeah, it was so obvious. Oh, you think it was obvious? You know, yeah. I'm happy. In French, we have this expression called crever l'abcès. And I'm so happy you just crever l'abcès and that's it. Like, now you've moved on. Oh yeah, it was so, I have a good idea for a TV show. I don't know if it's making money off of the backs of queer people, but literally people coming out would be, you know how you have Catfish, but you would have a show where people are just coming out and we're just helping them through the journey of coming out. That would be a really, really good show. David, you said that you were making short movies on your channel. Definitely that could be a good thing. You just put a request out there. Who wants to come out? I'll help you come out to your family and I'm gonna make the show, document the journey. I find it funny that you say it was so obvious, but some straight people, gaydars, are so off. Yeah, but you know, something so stupid I remember for Tyro Show. I don't know if you guys used to watch Tyro Show back in the days. I think they said that when the hair, you could tell by the way the hair is shaped if someone is gay or if they have gaydar. I don't remember. Alex said, to be honest, I can't see it. I'm very bad at guessing people's sexuality. I think half and half. Sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's not that obvious, you know. David said, being gay or whatever, it's literally weird in our brain. Like, my brain is literally more feminine in the scientific way. By the way, I have a whole theory about that. I think being feminine or masculine is a social construct. Like the fact that girls wear pink, that's a social construct. So eventually, when we become more accepting, we will stop assigning gender roles to genitalia. That's what I'm thinking, right? Like, I think it's just social norms want how you feel to be feminine, but that's just you, the way you are, if that makes any sense. But yeah, it does align with how society views how a female should act. I know what you mean when you say I'm feminine in a scientific way. So it's bound to have some traits show. For example, me liking girl toys, right? But I feel like there's no such thing as a girl toy. It's a social construct, right? David said, bad example, but like my voice being higher and shit. You know what's really funny? I saw a TikTok about voices, and the TikTok was saying, I think it was something to the effect, okay, why do like gay people have higher pitched voices than straight males, right? In general, stereotyping, we know it's not necessarily the case all the time, but someone had a theory that it's actually straight men who do it on purpose to have deep voices. So they pretend to have deep voices. And the trick, they said, is when you see the person's Adam's apple moving when they talk, is because they're forcing a deep voice, and the high pitched voice is actually the normal way men should speak. My theory on that was a TikTok I saw, but my theory is that you are socialized to be like the group you identify with. So let's say if I were African American and if I were in the United States, I would speak in a way that sounds a lot like African Americans, because that would be my reference group, and that would be to whom I identify to. So you being a gay male, you look up to gay people and you identify with gay people. Therefore, you take the traits of that community, and in the community, in the gay community, I'm guessing having a high-pitched voice is trendy. Say, you know how Valley girls speak like, oh my God, like this is so insane. Like, guys, I can't believe that. If I were socialized that way, I could change my voice to make it the natural way I speak, right? If I were socialized in that environment. So I really feel like you have a high pitch, not because you're gay, but because you look up to the gay group, and that's the standard. That's like the social norm for being gay. I don't know if that makes any sense. That's the way I see it, but could be totally wrong. David said, that's why guys who are more feminine are gay. I don't know. That's my take. I think it's something socialized. I think you're socialized to be more feminine because that's what your reference group identify as, right? Like, I don't know if that makes any sense. Alex said, don't let me start on fast shopping, BB, lol. Yeah, I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna talk about fast fashion, but you know, we're not trying to encourage the fast fashion business. My dad, Alex said, my dad is still homophobic. However, he's now very respectful. Exactly. It's someone else's choice, 1000%. It's not like it's a choice. I know, we understand what we mean. Like, we're not gonna tiptoe around words. Like, it's like he sees them as having their choice and he respects their choice, but we know that it's not a choice, and deep down someone is gay. We get it. But from the lens of your dad's eyes, did you say, wait? Yeah, exactly. And he knows I have gay friends, so he's careful. Exactly. And I always feel like when you have someone in your circle, social circle, that identifies in a certain way, that's when you become aware and you become less of a thing. I used to work in retail, and in retail, there were a lot of guys who were gay. And I feel like that's when I became more sensitive about it. Meaning that, let's say if I had a friend that would make like gay, like homophobic remarks, like people, when I say homophobic remarks, like, oh my God, look at the guy, he's so gay. Like, I don't know how to explain. It would make me uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like, before I felt detached from the issue, but when I started having more gay friends around me, that's when it really made me uncomfortable when someone around me was homophobic, if that makes any sense. We're fans, BB, we're fans. Yo, we're friends. We're family here, you know? We're a family. There's no fandom going here, you know, because or else my head is gonna go through the wall, you know? No. We're all friends. We all talk together here. And I like this podcast format where we talk together, you know, and we have this thing. That's why part of me feels like I don't want to blow up, because, you know, I should totally blow up. No, just kidding. It's because, am I going to be able to take the comments like that if, you know, if I blow up? David says, no, just seeing a gay person on TV in a time when it's still it still was so widely unaccepted. Yes, back in the 2000s, it was much more homophobic. And seeing how accepting the house guests were inspired me to come out. That's so cool. I feel like it's the effect, like I said, it's the effect of knowing someone personally. When you know someone personally, it becomes harder to be a bigot against that person. Alex said Karen must be back for All Stars. We love a Karen. We stand a Karen. Karen is so witty. It's not even funny. What is the expression? I've never heard that. Crever l'abcès. Crever l'abcès, ça veut juste dire... crever l'abcès, ça veut juste dire... je suis en train de perdre mes mots. Mais just like... Go with it. Attends, je vais peser crever l'abcès. Définition. Crever l'abcès, ça veut dire crever l'abcès. Définition. Significant. Crever l'abcès, s'attaquer aux racines de problèmes qui durent depuis longtemps pour y mettre fin. So crever l'abcès means when there's a problem that's been persisting, you do what it takes to like finally break the problem. You know what I mean? C'est ça. Donc, crever l'abcès, comment je le vois, c'est when you have a pimple, you just pop the pimple already. Well, you pop the pimple already. David Alsep said, "Oh my God, that would honestly be so good. I completely forgot what we were talking about. I'm so sorry. Thanks for the idea, Michael. Oh yeah, the coming out. Do like montages of people, like you help people come out throughout their journey. It would be amazing. Oh, Yanis, what's up, Yanis? You're back. Hi, BB. I don't know if you heard or you already talked about it earlier, but casting for BB10 is on. Yes, we're 1000% applying. And I hope it's not an all-star season and that you apply for no reason, but 1000% applying. And I'm going to be so mad if this don't pick me. I'm going to be so freaking mad. Alex said, yes, Yanis, we want her on BB Can 10. Yo, I want all of you guys on BB Can 10. Like, you guys better apply, okay? You guys better apply to BB Canada 9. 1000%. I saw that TikTok. It was so funny. The voice thing, right? Wait, oh my God, that makes so much sense. The fact that straight males do it deeper because they do it on purpose to have deeper voices, to appear more masculine. Salut Noir Métallique, ça fait tellement longtemps! Je suis tellement contente de te voir. Allô, suggestion de télé-réalité, vraiment le fun et instructive. Si on s'aimait, saison 1 et 2 TVA et QB. OK, je sais pas, c'est quoi le concept? Explique, c'est quoi le concept? J'ai peut-être regardé quelques épisodes. Mais là, maintenant, je suis comme overloaded de Love Island. Il y a littéralement Love Island USA and Love Island UK is playing at the same time. So I'm watching both at the time right now. I'm always binging them. Oh oui! And tomorrow, Never Have I Ever is starting. I'm so excited. J'aime trop Never Have I Ever on Netflix. J'aime trop. David also dit, that literally makes so much sense. The voice thing, right? I agree. Alex says, oh my God, says, okay, now I guess I'm pretending to have a deep voice. By the way, some straight guys have very high voices too. Yes, they do. And they do. Basically, it confirms our theory. So they're the only straight guys who are true to themselves and have their real high-pitched voice. But you know what? I find that French Canadians tend to have high-pitched voices. I'm going to explain to you why. I remember watching a show in the US and someone was like, I don't remember what happened. And then they said, oh no, he's just French Canadian. And I was like, oh my God, that's literally true. That makes so much sense. It's a stereotype, but I thought it was funny because I feel like French Canadian French does sometimes make it such that you have a high-pitched voice. Yanis tells Noir Métallique, vraiment, j'ai commencé à checker des émissions québécoises récemment et j'étais justement à la recherche de nouvelles séries. Thanks. Yeah. Give us the concept. Ça parle de quoi? Dis-nous, c'est quoi? Noir Métallique qui dit, c'est super intéressant et on apprend sur nous et avec la thérapeute Louise Sigouin, en même temps, que les duos à l'écran. OK, j'ai vraiment hâte. Ça passe à quelle fréquence? Ça passe à quelle fréquence? C'est quoi t'as dit le nom du show? C'est On s'aime. Je vais aller sur le site de TVA puis je vais regarder. Parce que moi aussi, je suis à la recherche de shows québécois. Là. OD puis Big Brother, ça m'a donné l'envie de regarder les shows québécois. David says, girl, if you get picked for BB10, I'd be so hyped. I'd be hyped too. I'd be hyped too. We got to make this happen. Alex said, I'm going to apply. You better do it. You better do it. If we're on it together, I'm going to hint suddenly dishwashers. Oh my God, yes. Because you know my face, but I don't know your face, right? So yeah, that would be so funny. One of y'all got to fill me in if she does. Yes. Oh my God, that would be so happy. So by the way, Alec, is that, you don't have to expose your real name, but is Alec your real name, or is that like an alias for like a hockey player or something? Because if there's an Alec in my season, I'd be like, is it Alec from YouTube? Do we know each other? Opposite worlds. Bro, I did made the step to start watching it, but I never have. But the fact that you say that it's a bad show is always in the back of my mind, and I'm like, do I have the time for opposite? But also, I'm learning to code. I'm halfway through my course. I'm taking a very long time. So sometimes when I have downtime, I would rather code than watch TV. I literally watch TV when, let's say, I'm like, you know, taking a shower, washing my hair, doing my hair, things like that, cooking. So I watch TV when I'm in between tasks. I don't watch TV when I have like nothing to do, if that makes any sense. Norme Itali dit, oui, c'est des couples qui apprennent à être en relation, pas pour être nécessairement en couple, mais pour comprendre leur comportement amoureux et leur pattern. Maybe I need a show like that to understand. Vraiment, je trouve que le concept a l'air intéressant. Genre, I need to know more. Because I need to do a work on myself. You know what I mean? Because I'm literally single AF. Genre, j'ai besoin de faire ce travail-là. David said, my brain can't comprehend coding. I just can't do it. You know what? Try CS50. I find the it's on edX. It's free. You only have to pay if you want the license, but everything is available. Like all of the courses, all of the assignments, everything. It's on edX. So CS50 is a Harvard class. It's really well structured. So, and they have a lot of nodes. It's very easy to comprehend. So I mean, it's not easy to comprehend. Like sometimes my brain is like stuck, but in the end, it's very gratifying to be when I'm able to solve the problem sets. So yeah, so that's that. So Alex says, actually, I'm not, it's not my real name. Ha ha ha. I just changed my username parce que quelqu'un que je connaissais commentait tous mes commentaires, c'était creep. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. So they would literally go through your videos and say, no, that's weird. Yeah, that's why you can't put your real name on YouTube. It's so bad it's good. Opposites world, yeah, we'll try. Non, métallique qui smile. Anyways, guys, je juste vous dire, I'm so happy that you guys were here today. So happy we have fun conversations. I feel like we're in a group chat and we're just talking. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to BB Recaps. That's the new English version channel, you know, BB Recaps written like that. And put a like on the video, you know, encourage the algorithm or whatever. On this channel, I also want to talk about other things. I might not do live streams, but I do want to post other types of content. I feel like it's fun to review shows. I'm scared to put my personal opinions on the internet. So that's why I'm scared to like diverge from talking about TV shows. But I'm going to consider if I want to talk about other things. I keep saying this. I've been saying this for months, but literally I only talk about Big Brother ever on all of my channels. But whatever. It is what it is. Alex says, thank you guys. And thank you, BB. See you next week. Yes, guys. Next Wednesday, we're going to be back. Sorry. Sorry. You know what I said when I talk too much and my mucus is coming up? Sorry, I put it on mute. We're back to unmute. David says, I love the stream. I'm going to look forward to it every week. So happy to have you, David. And I love knowing about you and your story. Really encourage you in your development. Wishing you the best, honestly. Do you have an Instagram? I'd love to follow you. Okay, technically, the Instagram is Big Brother QC recaps, Big Brother QC recaps, but it's like it's been under construction for months. So I don't really have an Instagram, if that makes any sense. So yeah, but I have Twitter. Like I post on Twitter sometimes. Est-ce que tu as vu les OD Barbecue? J'ai écouté les 4 premiers épisodes. J'ai pas écouté ceux qui viennent de sortir aujourd'hui. Mais l'épisode avec les gens de OD Afrique du Sud, c'était tellement juicy. OD Afrique du Sud, là, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Ils nous donnent tout le temps du drame, OK? So, le OD Barbecue, c'était plate, sauf celui de OD Afrique du Sud. Anyways, guys, it was my pleasure to be amongst you guys. I'm going to end the live stream. See you soon. Bye. End the live stream.